the Learning Center part of what we're doing. This one. Nope. Okay. Let's try that again. There we go. All right. So a lot of you have already started into this, which is our goal for today, and that is to map it out. How many of you have 1 week camps? If you have a 1 week camp, raise your hand. 1 week. Just 1 week. 1 week. Okay. How many people have camps for 2 weeks? A lot of people. Okay. And I know we have some with 3. 3 weeks? Ooh, lots of people. Okay. Anybody have more than 3 weeks? That's the maximum. Okay. Then you get a break. I hope you get a big break after that. All right. So what I want you to do today is, by the end of the day today, have enough activities in your theme, whatever your theme is, whether it's one big theme or a different theme every day. Have your activities mapped out for every day. And they should include a mixture of drawing, moving, singing, all of the kinds of different activities that we've been talking about. And so you can do this on a piece of paper. If you need paper today, we have blank paper over here. But by the end of the day, before you leave, I'm going to ask to see your notebook. And I'm going to say, show me your plan. What's happening each day, before lunch, after lunch. Probably there are some differences in time, but we'll be mapping it out today. Okay. Questions about this? Does this sound like a reasonable goal? Yeah? And will it be helpful for you? Yeah? Because you have to be ready to go soon, right? Okay. Okay, good. Our schedule today says we're supposed to take a break at 12. What would you think about, what I want to do is, I want to have enough time to do learning stations, and I think we're going to have 5 learning stations. All right, let's listen up here. I'm going to ask you to vote here in a minute. I'm going to see what you want to do. So my next activity is to set the room up in learning stations, and we're going to go around to 5 different learning stations, and you'll have 10 minutes at each one. Okay? So remember yesterday we looked at the picture of the learning stations in the classroom? Well, we're about to change our classroom into one that doesn't look exactly like that, but more like that than ours does now. I think I need about 50 minutes, maybe an hour. That would mean starting our break at 12:30 instead of 12.
It's okay.
How do you feel about that?
It's fine.
Is that okay? Can you last that long? Okay, so it's going to take me 2 minutes to set up the room. I have it all in my head and it's all ready. But what I need your help to do is, I'm going to need your help to do 2 things. One is to, I'm going to ask you, I'm going to give you a go signal. Okay, wait for the go signal. I'm going to ask you to pick all your things up. You're not going to be at these tables anymore. We're going to move the tables around. So I need you to pack all of your things up, and we're going to pull the chairs to the outside of the room. Okay? So pack all your things up and move your chair to the outside of the room. All right, ready, set, go. Do it, do it, do it. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. 10. Okay. Please, come stay over by this one. This one, I'm going to move it here and here. We'll just go like this, the big table. Maybe a little bit more that way. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here? Good. Good job. All right, thank you. Silly stories. I'm going to put you, and let's do this one into an L. An L. I know, right? All right, good job. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll do 11. I know we're going to need more than that. And then, good, this group can stay here. Okay? Okay, good. Excuse me. Thank you. Okay, so let's do, we have a little more of this. So 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Sure, that works. Okay, good. All right, very nice. Okay, now, first thing we're going to do is practice clockwise. So I'm in the middle of the room. Think of me as the center of the clock. Okay? So clockwise goes this way, right? Yeah. This way. Clockwise is important because what we're going to do is you'll have 10 minutes at each station. And when we ring the bell, do we have a bell today, Kevin? Did you bring your bell?
It should be here.
We have the bell. I'll do this. And you're going to move clockwise to the next station. Okay? So we're moving clockwise. So 10 minutes. Ding! This group moves here, this group moves here, like this, okay? So we'll have 10 minutes at each station. All right, this is where we get to practice autonomous learning. Autonomous learning means that I'm not going to come and tell you what to do at each station. How do you think you'll get information about what to do? How will you know what to do? Oh yeah, you can look on the wall. So you're going to look on the wall, okay? You're going to read what's on the wall, and you're going to do that. I'm going to give you your activities to go with you in just a minute. Over here, yours is not quite on the wall, it's on the podium and over here, okay? So this is self-directed learning. One of the strategies that I teach my students is one we call ask 3, then ask me. So I'm here to help you, but what I want you to do is, before you ask me a question, ask 3 of the people at your table. Ladies, are you listening? Yes. Uh-huh. So ask 3, then ask me. So try to solve any questions or problems that you may have at your own table. The ultimate goal for this is to expose you in a very rapid manner to 5 different student-centered, critical and creative thinking, differentiated instruction activities, and to give you a sense of what it feels like to change your room into these kinds of learning centers and to be a student and go around to them. How does that feel to you? Table I want to go visit, right or not? Okay, so let's start over here.
So you are welcome at this table. At this table you can find very useful and a lot of useful and interesting information about icebreakers. So different examples of icebreakers. And you can find a big book of team motivating games. It means it's a good book for good exercises for your team building activities or group building activities. And one more thing, so it's there is a very nice list of email resources, so a lot of resources for different activities. And of course, you may find some board games which you can adopt or so change it according to your team membership. So you are welcome to visit our table.
All right, thank you. Good job. Less than 1 minute. Very nice. All right, good. All right, over here, next table.
So welcome. Here you can find an interesting book which will help you to use the creative side of the children to teach them. The thing is, you can find here tasks for children who like to draw, to make sculptures, just to make pictures from the ready materials. And the fantastic thing, here you can find different levels, from the beginners till to the high level. And as for me, I found here an interesting task which I can use. The topic of my camp will be traveling with Walt Disney, and children, primary school, can make their own maps with the help of their talent and show these maps to everybody and to promote them. Thank you.
Very nice. Very nice. All right, next group.
Welcome, dear students, organize a table. So this work will be very useful for our children because you should improve lexical material, our vocabulary, using such beautiful graphic papers. So if you, the theme of this camp is, web organizer maybe, use here is, what's this? Fashion show, yeah? You should ask the children 5 big questions. Where, who, why, and they should answer in verbs. If these, for example, feelings, what should they like? Love, hate, does, feels, maybe some travel situations. So this organizer will be very useful for you in a form of apple, in a form of pear, in a form of web. Okay, thank you. Go to our table, please.
All right, very nice. Good job. All right. Okay, the next table.
So, ready to independent reading management sheet contains contains reading and writing activities for different levels. You know, nowadays all of us have the problem how to involve children into reading and writing activities. So it's the best thing. You can find a lot of different activities containing tasks, yes, different exercises, and for example, you can use it to make a map for the whole week. Yes, in your camp. Very useful. Welcome to our table.
Very nice.
I'm going to do the next. So, having visited our table, you will get to know how to set up a classroom with learning stations. Here we have got a set of activities with cool instructions which teach us how to organize some learning center. For example, you can make a reading station, you can make a writing center, computer station, etc. So welcome to our table and get to know some useful information for yourself.
Very nice.
Okay, our table is for those who like stories. So here we have magazines, scissors, glue, and set of cards. So our topic is traveling, so we can give the plot for students, and the students of the secondary school can make the story according to this plot, and the students of primary school can cut pictures and put them on the paper. So the job can be we can give work for children of secondary school and for children of primary school, because they are different, and the easy task will be for children of primary school.
Great job. Okay. So, yeah, so do you want to make the story of your lifetime? So if yes, you are welcome to our table. And here you will find the great ideas about critical thinking and some card games. Also, besides that, you may get the event planning, how to plan the event of your writing, and also there is a big production chart, and so fulfilling this chart, you will have the story of your lifetime, the greatest, the best story you might have, and your students have. Thank you. Very nice.
So our table is devoted to science activities. So when you hear the word science, you can think about it's something boring. But here at our table, you can see some very interesting exercises. But the most useful thing is that we have some tips how to teach science the children with different types of intelligence. So if your children like drawing, you can find here some exercises for them. If they like to, I don't know, to investigate something or to do some handicrafts, so you can also find this exercise. So if you want to be able to teach this difficult topic for children, you should definitely go to our table and use these tips.
Very nice. And last but not least,
This is
certainly.
the last station, but not the least, as we've just told. And if you are guys fond of the idea of having stations and dividing your classrooms into the learning centers, this center is about developing writing skills. I mean, creative writing skills. So here you will find some prompts for you as to how to develop interest in writing. And it is fantastic because just found textbook materials are not that inspiring for the students. Here you will find some prompts how to create questions and decorate them so that the students will be attracted and then use their writing skills and write small stories. And just even though you can use this writing during the whole year, and then not for just one lesson, but for the whole year.
Thank you very much. Excellent time management. Thank you so much for staying to the 1 minute. Gosh, I'm going to have a hard time deciding. I know, which table do I want to go to? They all sound so interesting. What I'd like to invite you to do between now and 2 o'clock is visit as many tables as you would like. And I think what we could do is for each table is to kind of move the materials to the center. If you want to stand, you can stand. If you want to pull up a chair and sit and work at a particular table, you can do that. What's the goal? By 2 o'clock, what's your goal? Right, to have a map, an action plan. So map it out. So be thinking in as much detail as you can, at least 1 week. What's your theme? What are the kinds of things that you're going to do with your students on those days? And gather up your ideas and fill your notebook. Okay, go to it.